Hey, good morning. It is May the 22nd, 2025, but in my spreadsheet I have May 22nd, 205. I think I would know that would not correct, right? Video number 85. I don't even know what I'm going to call this. I haven't named it yet. So I'm failing. God told Adam to name everything and he did it. I need to name this video. All right, everything good begins with God. It is 9:10 a.m. It's early. My day did begin with God. Woke up and thought and prayed. Then did my coffee. Then did my walk for an hour and a half or so. Might have been an hour 15 today. And then the contractors for the windows showed up, which you probably can hear. And the day got a hold of me. Let's just say that. It's not everything in our windows is not going as planned, which I think we kind of knew. All right, so let's move past that. So this video is not even supposed to exist. There's noise in the background, as you can hear, so I'm going to talk louder. This video is not supposed to exist. The next video is supposed to exist, but I felt like I had to throw a few verses in there, and I always do that. And before you know it, you've made one video into 3 videos of teaching, and it becomes hard to break it up and so forth. So I'm going to do this one now. I had a whole lot of Melanie references that I'm going to refrain from. That's why we were laughing when the camera started. She gave me some ammo of stuff that I could use, but I am going to resist, and I'm going to move forward, and I'm still going to pay for it, even though I resisted by just saying that. So we're going to go to the book of 1 Corinthians. And I'm not going to lead you. I'm going to read 3 verses of scripture, okay? I say that, and I'm probably going to. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 12 through 13. So no title, no precept. And if you don't know what a precept is, please look it up. It's something that can impact. Anyway, let me stop. 1 Corinthians 10, verse 12 and 13, because that was about to lead y'all. Wherefore, let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. I hope y'all can hear me. Wherefore, let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. And I'm going to talk right into the microphone today. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. Understand that part before you move to the next part. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. I'm not going to read the next verse, because when I read it or you read it now, you're going to apply that verse more so to what's mentioned in the next verse than what is said in 12 and 13. So don't do that. It is something that we subconsciously, unconsciously, however you want to say it, do. We make that subject in 14. We make the application of 12 and 13 more about the object and subject in 14, when God is not giving you every single example here, okay? That is the context historically to the Corinthians. Right? Then there's a dispensational, then there's a spiritual. The spiritual is a broader context, right? Meaning not just the one item mentioned in 14. We may want to focus on that because we don't do it or we don't think we do it, but there's a whole lot of insertions in here because it says no temptation. That's not just the one in 14, right? Let's make sure we understand that. All right, so I'm reading the verse, and I'm going to try not to expand any more than that. I'm hoping you do the sparithmetic, which Mel loves that term, and you add up these 3 verses and you understand what the point is, and then hopefully going into the next video you see how it leads into video 86. But the funny thing is I did joke with Mel and I said I should do video 86 before 85 because people tend to watch the newest one. Anyway, all right, so let's go to James. It was funnier when I said it to her, by the way. James chapter 1, it wasn't so funny now, and verse 13. James is a book, too, that one man who I do respect that did a lot for dispensationalism and right division. Actually, he so couldn't deal with it, he wanted it thrown out the Bible. It's funny, not funny. Okay, so James chapter 1, verse 13 and 14. Okay? Let no man say when he is tempted, there's a commonality, right? I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. Seems pretty clear. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. I'm not going to read any further than that. I want to stay in the context, okay? So let's remember we're adding together 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verses 12 and 13 only. We're adding together James chapter 1, verse 13 and 14 only. Study outside of those verses on your own time in a different context. There's a reason why I'm giving this rifle approach. All right, so let's turn back a single book to the book of Hebrews. Hebrews was written to the Hebrews. Stop it. Hebrews was written, the author of Hebrews is God. Stop it. God is the author of the entire Bible. All right, so Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 15. We're adding together the other 2 passages, right? Hebrews 4 and 15 only for the context. For we have not an high priest, which cannot be touched with feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted, like as we are, yet without sin. Interesting to add all those points together. And I'm going to say this emphatically. Verse 15 of Hebrews chapter 4 has spiritual context to everyone who's ever drawn a breath. I don't care what dispensation you are in. That is a truth that is from cover to cover. It is a truth from Genesis 1:1 all the way through the end of Revelation, which I think is 28:26 or 26:28. And it's probably neither, but now I have to know because I know this, but I don't know this. This is that no, wreck, and yield thing, right? It's not really that. Oh, wow, it's neither one. 22:21. How about that? That's exactly what I said. So this is a truth all the way through, okay? Don't let someone, or I would suggest that you not let someone say because it talks about a high priest and it's not talking to or for your benefit. Okay, so again, I'm not going to give the connection here. I think the connection is fairly clear, but if you're interested, you can always reach out. Now we're going to get to video 86 shortly. This is a Guinness Book of World Record video. I don't know, I've done one shorter than 9 minutes, so I'm going to stop talking. Grace, peace, and love.